Welcome to Troopers Travels. Been a while since I've done one. I've been on, you'll see a few videos at Canal Escapades, but we'll come to Bugsworth Basin. Obviously it's on the Peak Forest Canal, and this is where they used to transport limestone from quarries. And so this ended at Peak Forest Canal, and it used to be like a narrow canal port, the only one what's left in UK. But anyway, we'll just show you around it, see what we can find, if you're entertained, if you're not. I don't always get it right, do I? But I'm trying anyway. But this is where we're at anyway, Bugsworth Basin. That's your visitor centre, and we've come in from Furnace Vale, but we are moored up down this end. So let me go back up here and I'll show you. So this would have been the end of the Peak Forest Canal. It was once the heart of the industrial activity in the area. Limestone, lime and gritstone came from the Peak Forest Tramway nearby quarries. Limestone was either burnt or at the basin or shipped out straight away. So this is that bit, that's that crane thing I've just showed you. See if we can get down this end, have a look at this along this bank first. And that's nice, up Boozer. It's short, I'm afraid. It's a shame, we've been there before and it were alright and all. We'll have a wander around and see what we think. I'll try and get much as I can. See, and that pub's not open though. Been shut ages. Beautiful day again, hot day though, that's the problem, it's red hot. And I've come with my mate, we basically went to Bugsworth Basin. We moored up there, we've been here, it's the second day, go back tomorrow, so make most of it while it's nice. And then back to reality again, but we'll have a look round here now, just see if I can show you some more stuff. Let's spin it round. Actually, there were some steam engines here and all yesterday. I've got to look at this if we can have a nose at some of this. It says from wheels to water, fully loaded tramway wagons roll on into the quarries on a network of tracks. Workers with horses moved the wagons to where they were needed. Most limestone went straight into the boats or to the kilns. So this is your tramway. You can see these like we've seen these earlier. So you've got three sets of lines here. You can see that. A very old system, but it worked. It worked for them, didn't it? I don't know what this is here, but let's look at this one. I don't know what this would have been, but I'll have to try and find out what it would have been. But I wonder if this were a tramway and all. It's a tramway as well, look. You've got all these stone things down here. Tramway system. Oh, that makes sense. And that's where you're loading on. That's the replica what we've just seen. So they would have fit stone down here straight onto boats and shipped it straight away. Limestone. Didn't know that were there. Didn't know that were there. It's a bonus, isn't it? But we'll carry on and see if we can get show you something else a bit further down. Let's spin it round. These are lime kilns. You can see in there, I don't know if you can see much in there, to be fair, plenty of cobwebs. Well, that's where they would have burnt the lime at the top. They would have dropped down there, turned it into red lime from it. That's the same with them three there. There's another one. Bugsworth Basin. I don't know what would have been here, some type of, there might have been a crane thing here, what were here, or something to lift it. Put it into wagons. But you can't get access to that now. You could get off at door and go down, I suppose, but I'm not going to risk it. Might be a bit slippery, you never know, could do some damage. We'll go further up and a look. So when obviously this canal opened, the Peak Forest Canal opened in 1796, canal mania gripped the country. It was time for industrial revolution. Factories and building sites demanded more and more raw materials. Canals allowed safe transport on massive scale. It was a monumental enterprise. In 1808, alone workers moved through limestone at Bugsworth to fill 200 canal boats. It would take you 6 hours to walk along. Imagine a line of the boats, 6 hours. Horses all boats at about 4 miles per hour. A journey from Bugsworth to Manchester took about 10 hours because the crews had to negotiate locks all the way down. Well, that's your basin, that's what's spinning it all round, and when your tracks are down that side, I don't know. So this basin marks the end of the Peak Forest Canal. It was once the heart of industrial activity in the area, and limestone, lime and gritstone came from the Peak Forest Tramway from nearby quarries. The limestone was either burnt at the basin or shipped out straight away, discovering how people at Bugsworth Basin used the landscape to fuel the industry's progress. So that was there, and there's another board here saying, when the Peak Forest Canal opened in 1796, canal mania had gripped the country. This was a time for industrial revolution. Factories and building sites demanded more and more raw materials. Canals allowed safe transport on a massive scale. It was a monumental enterprise in 1808. Alone workers moved across the line, enough limestone at Bugsworth Canal to fill over 2,000 canal boats. It would take you 6 hours to walk along the imaginary line of so many boats. Horses hauled the boats about 4 miles an hour, and a journey from Bugsworth to Manchester took about 10 hours because the crew had to negotiate all locks a long way. So this is the bottom bit of it, and we'll go further down. But I want to look at this bit here because I'm not sure if I recorded it last time, but I can check it out anyway. But it's a public footpath. Obviously that's now shut the navigators in, unfortunately. And I've been to that one before, I went with Graham last time. First time I come on cruise, a little cruiser. It was lovely, that place and all. Shame it's shut down, but it's going to do with rents, I think. But yeah, a nice little spot here, and we'll just spin this round and tell you a bit more about this. So this was some type of warehouse. Let's have a look. It's Mr. Sattersfield's branch, derelict lime shed. So that was the shed initially, you can see that. And it would have been other side of there, that's that one there. And that's what's left of it remaining at lime shed. So that, and it would have been burnt to the side of these, because these lime kilns to the side here, but I can't get to them. I'll put it straight from that end. My mate down there, Graham. Is it not? Oh, it's not doing it, is it? I'll try to zoom in on him. Let's have a look down here. That's your lime kilns down there. And I think there's a replica of what its system would have looked like. Looks like these are tram tracks and all. Well, that's that bit there. That's where we've just been here. See that? We've been here. That's where we are now. So that's the middle basin. That's the lower basin. And that would have been where the visitor centre is now. Beautiful here though, isn't it? I don't know what this were. What it is? Oh, it is. It's a crane. So this is a cantilever jib crane. Very much at sunlight. Both a replica of the one formerly sported a crane used for loading stone brought to the Peak Forest Tramway from Christ and Barronclough quarries on the narrowboats. So that, I wonder what that were. I thought it were a chimney. Have a look. But that is what that is. A few of these little things knocking at that, isn't it? We don't want to disturb them, do we? They've got babbies. So I'm not sure if these would have been kilns. I'm not sure. But they are some other side of here, but we can't get other side of here until we go down the steps, but we'll have a look. This is quite interesting. This is the Toddbrook reservoir valves. It's one of the two pairs of drawn off valves installed at Toddbrook reservoir. You can see that to control supply of water to Peak Forest, Ashton and Macclesfield canals, because there's the two hand operated valves in tandem, one used to stop the valve and the second to control the rate of flow. So that's that one there. Some big ones on there, isn't there? Well, this has come from that reservoir, I believe, but it's just there like as a keepsake. But we'll have another look round here anyway. I've got that information anyway. So if you can't hear it, it's quite windy, but that's the sign anyway. That's what it tells you there. That's your sign there. But this is Bugsworth Basin. So when they were like all in these boats, it were 1 horsepower. Bridges them to them we can see there were used and made it possible for us to cross either side of the canal. But that's a replica, that. And there's an information board up here as well. So if you're interested in coming down to look at it, it's all here. So that's Benjamin Houghton, assistant to engineer Will Jessup, 1791. 1804 flight at Locks at Morples, which have already gone down. That's the aqueduct what went over the other day. That's the branch canal that Mr. Sattersfield Canal branch, now Middle Basin Armies constructed Bugsworth to transport the burnt lime kilns. 1900 portrayed here as the height of its life. Upper basin there. 1837 boat moors there, there's people on a boat. 1878 lower has been constructed, so that's the one I'll show you in a second. That is one of the trolleys what I can show you, like a replica of it. 1968 restoration began on it. 1927 that's a tramway into Barronclough Quarry, that's one of them wagons, 174. $1980 cleared all to Upper Basin with JCB what we loaned out to them. And let's start now, up to date. Lots of bikers here and all, but that is two ways into it, lower basin, middle ornament, lower, middle, left basin. So this what Canal Port with tramway interchange associated with industrial complex, it's saying there. That's your visitor centre. If it's open then I'll make you leaflets, but it's not open today. But if you need toilet and you want canal, you'll have to use your own key. But we'll have a little nose around here while we get the opportunity. Your water points, your bug hotel, your herb garden if you want to get some herbs, a little bug hotel there, and some information boards for, you know, limestone and lime because they're made of calcium, so that's how it were. They used to burn them there, drop them in and pull it out and put them into wagons. But we'll just go back over this bridge. So up we go. Quite steep, a bit slippy in wet to this, so you'd have to be careful. So this has been with horse-drawn pulp boats as they come over the top. As you can see, beautiful. Look how narrow that is there coming down there. We'll go back down there shortly and just show you them little tram tracks and things. Only going to be a short in this really. We'll have a look. So this is the lower basin arm. So at lower basin arm it's goods warehouse, it's spinning off the width of the arm at north side. Built in 1860 by the Manchester Sheffield and Lancashire Railway, but no records have survived for this. It's known that there were bleach cloth from Forge Mill Bleach Works at Whitborough transported to Bugsworth Basin. So this is what it would have looked like. It would have come out tramway, possibly it was stored in this warehouse before taken to canal to a mill near Morpeth for further processing. But that's the middle bit, that's its whole roof's gone now. And that's what it would have looked like. So you've got like one arm there, bump, 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 little bridge there, and then you've got the side of that where there's where the red line. Nice little picnic spot for you if you like a picnic out with family. So that would have been one of the tram tracks. It's a replica wagon. Peak Forest Tramway system wagon. Somebody's left a coat there. And that would have been the actual limestone as it stands when it was delivered. And then onto canals. If you look here, you can see this. It's just a tramway. There's different tracks. There was some down there as well. Just carry on going down here. And there's another set what was here as well, which would have gone down here. Can you see that as we're doing it? And this would have been that warehouse, but we've just talked to that. What's left of it. Just foundation. It would have been flooded. There would have been some type of flowing on there. That's probably been level. But that's what's left of it. And I believe your tram tracks still carry on up there somewhere. So that's where your rail would have been either side of these. And there's some more at that side as well, so they go that way. And so you imagine that's another outlet for boats, which goes all the way down there on that track. Obviously no rails on it. And this is the Toddbrook reservoir valves. One or two pairs of drawn off valves installed at Toddbrook reservoir. Control supply water to the Peak Forest and Ashton and Macclesfield canals. Consists of two hand operated valves in tandem, one used to stop valve and the second for the control of the flow. So that's where your water would have been coming out of there. And then you've got an inlet there. But yeah, worth a visit just to have a look at it. Probably haven't done my research very well for some type of little storage area there. Probably would have dropped them down here as well. There might have been like some type of tipping system. But that's that. And we are moored up down here. I'll just try and catch graham fishing if I can. Yeah, but that's your tram system. You can still see tram tracks on it there. So stones come from quarries this way and then load onto boats. Limestone will burnt for other things and that will sent on to Manchester and that way. The cart out, skipper. That's the boat, and it's Graham's friends and Jake's boat there. So he's still winning then. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little bit of excursion. It's only been a walk round it and just to try and explain it. I'll try and put some more stuff on screen if I can, or some voiceover on it like Birch. Best I can do. I'm exhausted. It's been a long week, but it's been enjoyable. It's been red hot and all. So on that note, if you don't mind, like, subscribe and share, and ring the bell please. Could do with some more viewers if I'm honest. I haven't got many. But on that note, we'll set her out from here and catch you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.